Bennett is the featured back. Anders, the fullback. Bennett straight up the middle. Donnell Bennett to the Raider 36.
Boy, I'll tell you, Kimble Anders, number 38, gets a sensational block, and that hole is there.
Bennett. Touchdown.
Donnell Bennett, second effort, gets in for 12-yard touchdown, 21-3.
Remember when it was a grinded-out offense that Kansas City had? Kimble Anders, touchdown. Kimble Anders, touchdown Chiefs. Second touchdown for Kimble Anders.
Third down and 7 from the 45. Straight drop by Gerback, flips it out to Anders. Can he get the first down? Yes, and a lot more inside the 40. He's got one man to beat, veers across the right side, and Kimble Anders stretches for the touchdown. 55 yards.
Welcome into 4-Minute Offense, everybody. I'm Noah Groniger alongside Clint Schweitzer, and the two stars of the show, as always, Kimble Anders, Donnell Bennett, the former chief from the 38. We're going back to 1996 this week to talk about that team. They were picked to go to the Super Bowl against the Green Bay Packers. They finished 9-7, but they do beat the Green Bay Packers during that season. We'll also get into the current Chiefs later in the show and how they just dropped a game to the Buffalo Bills on Sunday night. But Kimble, how are things going in your world, my friend?
Oh, it's going good, man. It's football season, so getting an opportunity to enjoy some football and, obviously seeing some flashbacks like the things we see tonight, just enjoying myself, man.
Donnell, what's been up, man? Good. We saw the Chiefs drop a game on Sunday Night Football, falling to 2-3, but you're still positive. You still think that there's a lot of room to grow for this team, right?
Definitely, man. We got, it's a long season, man. A lot of teams playing good football, but it's a long season, and we just got to clean up some stuff and get our act together and start stringing them together one by one.
I feel like you guys, and this is dating back to the Marty days, that your teams a lot of the time started off really quick. You started off with 3-0, 4-0 a lot of times. This team, the Chiefs haven't lost a game in September, while Patrick Mahomes has been here till this season. So, when you start slow, is there something like what do you think the mindset is, Kimble? Like when you start a season slow, like you guys would do, like maybe in around 98, 99, where it was not 4-5-0. Is the mindset change? Do you feel like that you're trying to chase wins, trying to win more than one game, in the next week, or is it easy to stay one game at a time?
It's always best to stay one game at a time, because at the end of the day, it's a long season and you got to take it in chunks. The first half, you got a mid-season, then you got a late season. So you could be playing well at the beginning and not playing so well at the end. So you got to take it as it goes. And one thing I do believe in the Chiefs, that they will pick up the momentum. They got a lot of football left in them. They're going to get better. I mean, like, they're missing a lot of tackles. They're doing things right now that's uncharacteristic and, not making plays, even the turnover ratio right now. So they're not playing very good football now, but I guarantee you they'll start playing some better football. And as the season goes, they'll just get better as a team and start gelling together defensively. I've seen this past week having the defensive linemen and not getting the rush and busted coverages. I've never seen that too much with the Chiefs. So I'm pretty concerned about that right now. But those are things could be fixed. So that's one thing about it. The effort is there. They're doing the best they can. So I look forward to them just kind of just take those life lessons and move on to the next game and take one game at a time.
And add to that, I see it from a fan's perspective too. We're spoiled now. Like, we're used to a certain way, and we didn't plan for this type of adversity to take place right away. And now that it's here, as a player in the locker room, we're just plugging away one game at a time, one practice at a time. Like Kimble said, we're looking at ourselves with a fine-tooth comb, and we're making sure that we're being honest with ourselves and going out and trying to fix the stuff so we can go out and get one win. We're not worrying about 10 wins or 12 wins. We're worrying about getting one, then stringing the next one together, and then stringing the next together. So, they get paid on the other side of the ball too. That's what Jimmy Ray used to say. So it's not like it's we're losing the teams that we supposed to beat by 30 or 40. These are some pretty reputable teams that are playing good football now. So it's just one game at a time. Just win the next one. Don't worry about anything after that one. Just win this one.
Yeah, and Kimble, just how real do you think it is that one side of the ball can be pressing too much, wanting to make the plays, knowing that they may have to make plays? You see what the defense is doing. Do you think the offense, and Patrick Mahomes specifically, is worrying about, man, if I give this ball back on third down, I need to force this throw in there. I need to get the first down because we have to punt. Then the defense is going to give up 7 and we're further behind. Do you feel like this offense is pressing too much?
Well, obviously I think that may be a concern with that, but at the same time, offensively, we got to do what's best for us and make sure we execute, make sure we're doing the things and not giving up turnovers as well. So we do kind of have a balance of the offense, defense, special team overall. And if one is lacking somewhere, we try to make up for it essentially. But at the same time, I think we don't put too much pressure on ourselves, and some do and some don't. But at the same time, because if you get there, if you don't score, then they get an opportunity to score. So I'm sure it's some pressure on the guys on the offensive side of the ball saying, okay, we need to make sure our defense stay out the field as long as possible. We got to score points. And in the past right now, what you're seeing that the Chiefs been outscoring everybody. And right now, they're not outscoring people, you know what I mean? And the defense is giving up a lot at this moment right now. But at the same time, the execution with the offensive side of the ball is not getting them. It's probably more turnovers than it had in a long time.
Yeah, I think are we leading the league in turnovers with Jacksonville with 11?
One or two. Yes.
I think we're last in the league in turnover differential. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that's always going to be tough. That statistic right there in itself. If you're leading in that, generally you're not going to be winning a lot of football games.
Kimble, kind of bringing around other topics that are going on in the NFL and especially in the AFC West. Marty Schottenheimer used to always say, just wait around long enough, the Raiders will beat themselves. And this year it only took 5 weeks. And their coach, John Gruden, is gone.
Is it too early for that one?
I don't know. We haven't even played the Raiders yet, and we've already got some talk about adversity. So, John Gruden's out. Kimble, it's been a crazy deal. He's said some really dumb things via email, and now he's gone. I mean, the Raiders now are kind of left scrambling. They've lost their last 2. And this could be a situation. Do you feel like that it just could spiral out of control for this Raiders team at this point?
Well, again, we got a lot of history with the Raiders, and I do believe they have a great organization. I do, as a former player, respect them to the utmost. But at the same time, they find a way to self-destruct, and that's one thing Marty used to always say. Unfortunately, the situation that happened with Coach Gruden is very, very, bad for the league and bad for him as well, and it's just a sad situation that this happened, the way it happened. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough right now. They don't know what direction they're going to go in with the team, and the team right now as a player in the locker room, you just right now you're just shaking your head like what we going to do. So. And one thing about a team, you'll find a way to get it done. They got to find a way to gel together and just play the best of their ability. And under whatever circumstance they are, it's a big cloud over their head right now. But you got to 10 as a player. You're still a pro, so you got to find a way to try to block out as much noise as you can and go out there and just perform to your best ability each week. So I'm sure that's their mindset, what they're going to go into. But still, sometimes when that cloud is over your head, it just makes it so much harder with the adversity you have to go through.
And Donnell, we were talking earlier today about this and just kind of the uneasiness, how we felt about these are private emails. They weren't going after John Gruden. This was an investigation into the Washington football team. And they found old emails between Bruce Allen, who's not even there anymore, and John Gruden. And they've come out with these emails against John Gruden. Do you think they need to come out with everything that they have, not just the stuff with John Gruden, because this investigation wasn't even about John?
It's a sticky situation, man. But I really agree that, if we're going to condemn one man to the fullest extent, and we need to come out with the emails. And listen, we've all done stuff in our past that we're not proud of. I'm not going to sit here and say anything negative on that sense. But, if you start getting in trouble or things start going downhill, he was having a conversation with someone, obviously, at least get the reciprocation back from the conversation that was taking place and seeing what the other party had to say, But I mean, it's a lot of emails. It's early, it's too soon for us to start jumping ship and jumping side. What was done was wrong. And, he's paying the price for it, I feel. And, we just got to figure out a way to be better about it. That's my honest opinion. But, as far as letting it all out, I mean, who knows how deep that thing goes. And if you open that can of worms, it could go all the way back and to one of us on this podcast. So, so it's a tough deal, man.
Yeah, Noah and we're perfectly safe. Now you guys, man, I mean, you guys had some stuff go on.
Bro, you hold on, bro. Don't sit here and say you did.
I'm totally kidding. I am totally kidding.
All right, I was just about to say.
Don't worry, Donnell. I'm totally in agreement with you.
I'm looking at your shirt you got on right now, bro.
New World Order, man. You remember that?
Yes.
You remember the old WCW days? Hey,
bro.
Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. That was good times, man.
Yeah, definitely.
And gosh, the NFL, and gosh, you guys have been in locker rooms. You played football your whole lives. It's a different environment. It's a masculine environment, man. You guys couldn't even. I mean, back in the 90s, we had players practicing with ankle bracelets. They couldn't leave. They could only go to practice. I'm not going to name any names. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we know.
Dang, bro.
I'm not condemning. Like Donnell said, you're not here to condemn anyone specifically, but this is just sort of. I mean, the NFL is different. Football's different. It's a different game. It's not your typical. You're not going to work at Cerner in a corporate environment. It's the NFL, and these guys all. Talk. It's tough. It's a hard deal. We'll just have to see kind of what comes of it. And, you don't want to see careers completely collapse over it, but you also want people to be held accountable for their actions as well.
100%.
Absolutely.
And I think John Gruden could return to TV at some point, 5-10 years down the road, not immediately, but as far as coaching in the NFL, I think that's done for him.
Yeah, I believe so too.
But he also, I don't know how deep it is, but he needs to be able to make amends by approaching those people that he may have offended or whatever the case is, and do some things to really show that you're sincere in your apologies.
And the little bit I know about him, I had the opportunity to meet him, and I to a certain degree I admired him as a person. I admired him as a coach, and he seemed like a real fun guy to be around. And like I say, when it happened and I heard about the things, I was kind of stunned me a little bit. So I was kind of really surprised to really hear that. And again, like Donnell said, at the end of the day, it's some personal things that happened between these men and the people that he did offended. That he need to make amends with that. And I think he would do that though. I think he'd be pretty sincere about what he does.
Yeah,
you can always hate the sin and love the person and move on from that and handle things accordingly. But like I said, man, that's a tough deal.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see kind of going forward. But the Chiefs head to Washington, trying to get back on the, on the right track here. Chiefs, you guys have Chiefs have a great history with the Washington football team. You guys beat them in '92. I remember that game. Defending Super Bowl champs come to Arrowhead, and you guys kind of beat them up a little bit. Kimble, that was your first real year contributing, and then kind of on. And I think then. Donnell, we came to Washington when you had gone to Washington, and the Priest Holmes kind of had his breakout game. So the Chiefs have a history with success against Washington, and we need that success to continue this Sunday.
Yeah,
I think it will.
Yeah, I think Washington right now they have a pretty good defense. They're trying to find their way too right now, and they're young and they got some exciting players and. Football. So what I do love about football now is it's designed to every team is going to be competitive, and the team that you have out there now, right now, looking at the whole league as a whole, everybody got a chance to get an opportunity to win a Super Bowl. I mean, you got so many phenomenal players. You're getting quality coaches. You're getting those different schemes and everything that's going around across the league. And again, we're a copycat league. And what we're doing now is everybody's doing the same thing, and they're just making it look so easy. And for me, with the passing, with more passing, opportunities than really running the ball. A few teams trying to get back to the run. I've seen, particularly right now, Tennessee. I mean, I love the way they spreading the ball around and making sure the running back get his touches and stuff like that. So, watching football now is exciting, but at the same time, it's for me as a former running back and as a ground pounder, I would like to see more running. Me personally.
Well, Kimble, with that, I mean, Clyde Edwards-Helaire just went on IR, designated to return, so he's out at least 3 weeks. You've spent some time with Darrell Williams. You know him a little bit. Talk about what the Chiefs can expect from him entering the feature back role now in this offense.
I think he's up for it because one of the things I know we had a brief conversation of a few texts sometime. He was trying to get. I told him I don't know how longevity looked to you. But being in the league for 10 years, and he was asking me, how did you do that? I said, I don't know. But at the same time, he wants to make sure that he's able to be in the league for a long time. So he's thinking of longevity. I said, what you got to do is just go out there and play football. You've been doing it your whole life. You got to take that opportunity when you get it. You got to take full advantage of it. You got to make them take you off the field. So now the opportunity is there for him. So he need to give him everything that he has, and he got to show that through his play, you know what I mean? And he got the opportunity now. So who would have ever knew that this was going to happen this early for him? So now he got the opportunity to make his name and have a minute, Clyde is out, that he's able to step in and make sure they don't take him out. And he's in that rotation now. So just when you just capitalize, like seize a moment, basically. That was my life. I seized a moment once, Christian, we had when the West Coast offense came in and, Christian Collier, they was downhill runners and it was embarrassed. So it was so that was a perfect fit for me. That was the only reason I got on the field. We'd have stayed in that offense, I probably would have been on the field.
Absolutely not, bro.
Well, I probably would have got an opportunity.
Bro, you see some of them, you need to pull up some blocks from this dude, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, this dude might have been one of the best lead blockers I've seen. And that's not saying it because he's on the podcast with us, man. This dude would and I would ask him, I'm like, bro, now he's short, so he already down there, so that helps a little bit.
I'm 5'11".
You 5'11", standing
helps with that
on
pad
the third
level.
step, bro. Yeah, but man, listen, his 6-inch punch, his like Jimmy Ray used to say, ginger flexing that inside foot, like all that technique stuff, bro. He mastered that, and bro. A heck of a lead blocker, bro.
But I was nowhere as good as you and T. Rich.
Stop it. We learned from you. Well, we learned it from you. We were bigger bodies, so quite naturally it might have looked sexier. But everything that we got, we learned it from you.
Yeah.
That's and we saw one of those blocks in the intro there, where Kimble. And I think that's a good transition here because, guys, we're talking about the 96 season. We've talked about Donnell, your rookie year. We've talked about the 95. We had a 95 team reunion. It's been tremendous. But we go into 96 now. And, guys, I don't know if you remember, 96 started with some pretty high accolades, and it started with Sports Illustrated. Super Bowl 31 is going to be Kansas City versus Green Bay. That's the preseason hype. You see Steve Bono. I don't know how he made it on the cover there, but Neil Smith and Marcus Allen, that's the pretty high accolades going into that season. A lot of expectations going into 96, guys.
I'm going to be honest. I've never seen that before.
Really?
What?
Never seen that.
Never.
I've never seen that before in my life.
We did not Photoshop that. That is
that's real.
So can we go back to it? I'm trying to look and recognize the guy. So that's my boy Favre. That
looks like Robert Brooks.
And Reggie White.
And I've never seen that before, ever.
Dang, bro.
I didn't know. 96, huh?
Yeah, wow. I don't even know who the receiver is in the front.
That's Robert Brooks.
I think it's Robert Brooks. Yeah, 87.
Interesting.
There's a lot of interesting aspects to that because you guys would play the Green Bay Packers that season and beat them 27-20. And I'll still never forget Greg Hill busts a long run, and he jumped up in the crowd, like Green Bay does at home, the Lambeau Leap. You could have fit a piece of paper between his feet and the ground. That's how far he jumped up, man. I'll never forget it. He was like this far off the ground.
He waits until Greg Hill's not on the show to say that.
No, we can get it back. We can get it back and talk about it.
Don't do my boy like that.
You won't mention it again.
It was a great run. It was just the leap wasn't there. He ran out of steam on the run, I guess. But you guys steamrolled the Packers and started the season 4-0. This team looked every bit a part that was going to live up to that Super Bowl hype. I mean, it was a great start to the season, and things kind of went awry. What kind of, Donnell, starting with you, what do you remember about heading into that season? You were coming off of an injury. You were able to come back in 95, at 96. You're, I believe, healthy, and team starts 4-0. Things are looking good.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of expectations, man. I remember coming into training camp that year. There was way more media there than before, trying to keep our focus and do things, how we've been doing them the last couple of years. And like you said, I was trying to show them that I was ready to get back on the field and contribute. It was a lot of fun in the beginning, but, as you said, it got rough. We hit a rough patch, but, we tried to salvage and we did what we had to do in the latter part of the season. And as you know, we just came up a little short.
Yeah, and Kimble or Donnell, do either one of you remember, I know it's a long time ago, but that training camp and kind of heading into that season, any of the media harping on, talking about, asking you guys questions about 95 and if that was going to be a hangover and if you guys were still thinking about that heading into the 1996 season?
I can't recall at all. I can't recall.
I'm sure it was out there just as a sentiment. Anytime obviously we've talked about that game plenty enough. Trust me, that playoff loss. But heading in there, I mean, you guys start with wins over the Oilers, the Raiders, of course, because back then you guys never lost to them. That was at home. Then you beat the Seahawks, and then it was the Broncos. So you guys start 4-0, and then it starts to kind of, you guys go to the Chargers, lose a close game, 22-19. No big deal. Then I think it was Monday night against the Steelers, that second loss, and it was kind of like, okay, well, see where we're going. That do you remember memories of that Monday night game against the Steelers? It was 17-7. It was a physical defensive game, and you just weren't able to score enough to keep up with them that night.
Yeah, it was physical, man. Isn't that the game that Gerbach came in the game later in the game and completed 2 passes, and something happened on the third down or something?
Rich Gannon made a come in.
Yeah, Gannon, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Listen, and we were there, man. I remember Rich drawing the stuff in the dirt because we had a hard time. He had a hard time hearing through the headset, and he was like, "Listen, guys, we made some mistakes early in the game, and we had some injuries, but we fought, man. We gave everything we had, man, and that's a part of the game. Yeah, it's part of the game. It's tough, man.
Yeah, you just mentioned Rich Gannon. That was one of my favorite quarterbacks, man. He did the stuff that, I mean, he drew it up in the dirt. He's gonna make sure you know what you was doing. He made it where it's sometimes it come out the right way, but he made sure that you knew what you were doing before you got on that field. And he was a great leader, man. A great leader.
What was the difference between you guys had Montana, went to Bono, and Gannon? Just kind of those 3 quarterbacks. Donnell, I'll start with you. What was the difference you noticed in each of those 3 guys?
Well, Joe Money was as cool as they come. He's gonna come in the huddle and everybody gonna shut up without him. I mean, he's soft spoken the whole 9, but he just commands that respect when he enters the huddle, and he's gonna call the play, and we're gonna break the huddle with confidence and go out there and execute. Bono, he studied under him, so he had the same things. Obviously, Joe Money was a little bit better talent than he was, but he came in and did what he was supposed to do. And Rich, bro, he was just fun and gun, bro. Rich would come. Yes, he came in and he got everybody relaxed, and he'll tell a joke or something in the commercial timeout. And when it's time to go, man, like his energy and effort would make you want to play hard because he's giving everything he got. So, they had 3 different leadership qualities, but they all got it done. And we had a lot of success with it.
Well, the offense was kind of going through some transitions. Kimble, this was the most receiving yards you ever had in your career with over 500. In fact, you were second on the team. Chris Penn led the team in receiving yards with like 648 yards. So the offense went through struggles, obviously. And then to the point, I think Lake Dawson got hurt, and you bring in Sean LaChapelle, who became the team's 3rd leading receiver. So you got really 2 new receivers and you kind of handling the load as a receiver. Like the offense definitely went through some struggles. What do you remember about that receiving core? Chris Penn, a second-year player, and then Sean LaChapelle off the streets, number 18.
Yeah, it was tough. For me to be leading in receiving and receiving yards, that's real tough for any team. And unfortunately, I will say this: the weapons that the Chiefs have right now, if we had some of those weapons, I think we would have been, where we needed to be. I think each year we kind of fell short on having the quality stretching down the field receivers when they can go get it, and the fast, quick receivers. At that time, our offense was, I guess with the Jerry Rice situation, with those caliber guys, inside guys, and we started getting a few of them, but we got them a little late. We just never got that one guy that just could just take over a game until Tony Gonzalez got there, I think. And after his second, third year, he kind of got better and better. His first year, he kind of was, learning a lot. So just to have that go-to receiver, I think that's, in my opinion, down there, I think that's one of the things that hurt us to make that run for the championship, because we didn't have that home run hitter type receiver that we can depend on that's going to catch 70, 80 balls back in the days, or 60, whatever it may be. Right now they're catching with 120. So that
was T. Martin there in 96, the receiver?
T. Martin was there. He was a solid catcher though, but he has a great hand.
Listen, bro, there's nobody in America that can run an out route like T. Martin, bro. Nobody.
Yeah,
that year we even saw Dale Carter catch a touchdown pass against the Seahawks in the Kingdome. So you guys were kind of looking for somebody anywhere. And of course, you go to the most athletic guy probably on the team, Dale Carter. Just talk a little bit about him, his year. He was great on the defensive side of the ball, picked off John Elway for you guys to beat the Broncos there in your 4-0 stretch, shut down anything Brett Favre and the Packers tried to do. Dale Carter had a great game there. Talk about Dale, his versatility and playing some offense that year. Donnell?
We call him Shorty, man. Shorty was special, man. Prime was prime, but Dale Carter was a different dude, man. I remember one day we were working out. You remember this, Kimble? We was getting ready to work out, and Hasty and Vanover was about to race. You remember this? And Shorty walked in the weight room like 1 minute before it was time to warm up. They was gonna race before the warm up. He walked in 1 minute before in jean shorts and some boots. He went out there and beat both of them.
Yeah.
No stretching, no nothing, man. Shorty was a special athlete. And, and to get him over to the offensive side of the ball, it was exciting. I think that was, a couple teams that started doing stuff like that. And to have him come over there to bring his energy and excitement, man, it kind of sparked us a little bit offensively. And like you say, when he went out there and caught that touchdown pass and did this dance in the end zone, it was special, bro. It was special.
Yeah, to me, Dale Carter is one of the most probably. I think he's probably the most talented athlete I've ever seen in person. This in practice, he would not let you catch a pass in practice. He competed every day. A lot of people don't know this, but the way he played was the way he practiced. He practiced hard every day. Anytime he took the field, he would let people catch pass on him. He would talk trash all day. And then what I really appreciate about him, he loved to hit. He was gonna tap you. He's trying to get you. He's not gonna just Deion Sanders.
And he ain't gonna chop you. He gonna come and hit you right in the mouth.
He come hit you right in your mouth. He gonna let you know.
Talk trash, bro.
So like a lot of times, and I gotta throw this out there because it's kind of funny. Dale would be in the game. He said, watch this bitch. Watch what I do to him. He'll line up and just slap the player. Just slap him dead in the face on the first play of the game just to get their attention. I'm like, this is dude crazy. And but that's how he was though. He's a warrior. And he was, like I say, to me, that's probably one of the most talented players I've ever seen in my life. Period. Yeah. Like that type of talent.
When we had him and James, bro, like those two dudes tackling on the perimeter.
Oh yeah,
man. Listen, I remember. I don't even know if this was '96 when Martin Bayless came in on the nickel. But one of those years, we had Martin Bayless and Mighty Mouse used to come in on third down.
97,
we would be sitting over there getting ready for the next play. When third down come up, they come over to us and say, offense, get ready. Because 9 times out of 10, they're not getting it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of highlights in this season. Noah, I want to go to we talked about the 4-0 start. So let's look at that, because I think that was the height of what this team probably was. And out of the gate, when you have a 13-3 season, you start 4-0, man, this was pretty special. And we were all hyped for this.
Play action fake. Hunter's hit. He fumbles. Kansas City. James Hasty has it. He's in the open field. Nobody's going to catch James Hasty. 80-yard fumble return for a touchdown. And the Kansas City defense does it again. Touchdown, Kansas City. Let's finish this thing right. Now let's go. Let's finish this thing right.
First down and 10 for the Raiders from their own 6-yard line.
Big hit in the end zone. The ball free. Safety, Kansas City. Derek Thomas flew around him to make the sack. Wrap it up and put it away. It's a win for the Chiefs.
A lot of different ways teams are evaluated, but in this business, there's only one number that matters, and that's the one that goes in that left-hand column that says W. We're 2-0. Congratulations.
Yeah. Long day at the office, but it's a W.
It's poetic justice. That's all it is.
For one high-profile ex-Raider, this 7th straight win over his former team was especially sweet.
I don't question fate. I just say I appreciate it. It's in my favor. That's all.
Carter lined up as a flanker to the left side. To the Seahawk 46. They're throwing for Carter on the near side. Dale Carter makes a catch. 10-5. Touchdown. Dale Carter as a wide receiver. Touchdown, Kansas City.
KC's thrashing of Seattle was the Chiefs' 3rd straight win. One victory away from the best start in franchise history.
Fans, I want to give a ball to Lamar. Congratulations. First 4-0 season.
4-0 for the first time ever. The game ball fittingly went to the founder of the franchise, Lamar Hunt.
The offense scores a touchdown there with Dale Carter, and all the defensive guys are in the end zone. James Hasty jumping on him, Neil Smith there. That was great to see. And then Lamar Hunt getting that game ball. What a great owner.
Yeah, man, it just brought back some memories. I mean, you know, our defense, like I would say this, they were awesome. I mean, and like I say, sometimes I think from the offense. So here's we talk about now where we're at now. Our defense was so strong on the field. When we got the ball offense, we try to make sure, you know, we able to score. So we try to compensate some of the things that they did. But our defense was phenomenal for years. I mean, everybody feared our defense, and they was phenomenal for years. We had DT and Neil Smith and, man, Shalom Moore and, man, James Hasty. Like, wow.
They used to tell us to just finish with a kick, and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's all you do. One way or the other, just finish with a kick, and we got you.
Yeah, some great memories there. We talked also about the big win over Green Bay, who would go on to win the Super Bowl that year, and we got some highlights from that too. And maybe it'll even be that big Greg Hill run. We'll see. I know this was a big win for Kansas City, and one that we thought could catapult us to stardom in the AFC.
I'm going to measure that jump, Clint. If I can fit more than a piece of paper under there, I'm giving you crap about it after we come back from this.
Bro.
Let's see.
I can't believe you did.
We got a schizophrenic fan here. She don't know which way to go. Half cheesehead and half chief.
The next hurdle was the Green Bay Packers, a team picked by many to be the league's best.
If you don't know how much this game means, then you don't know nothing. All right? Let's dominate this.
Let's play Kansas City Chiefs kick-ass football.
On their first play from scrimmage, the Chiefs came out firing.
On first down, Bono's throwing long. He wants Ross Chappelle. He's got him at the 35-30. Ross Chappelle 20. 69 yards on the ball.
Working on it. Let's go. Working.
376. Y stick. X fly. You got Tiger again.
On a day the offense rolled up a whopping 383 yards against the NFL's best defense, the chief target was Greg Hill.
For Greg Hill. He holds it in over the shoulder. Touchdown. Kansas City. Kansas City leads 19-3. Go Packers! Go Packers!
The Pack got pounded by the home team's defense, while MVP Brett Favre was neutralized by the individual brilliance of number 34 All-Pro cornerback Dale Carter. KC search and strip was the final straw.
He's hit from behind the ball strip. Picked up by Derek Thomas. A slice of cheese. Makes a fondue. Get those cheese and some place to go. All day long. All day long.
On a career day, Greg Hill scored 3 touchdowns. The last sprung by number 38, Pro Bowl fullback Kimble Anders.
Greg Hill 20. Greg Hill 15. Catch to the right side inside the 5. Touchdown. Greg Hill. His 3rd touchdown. Who is this Greg Hill? 3 touchdowns today and 5 in 2 weeks.
Sit down a minute. Look, I want you to do this. First thing you do is shake his hand. Show everybody on the damn mat.
Second season, win number 2. An upset at the expense of the NFL's best, firmly re-established Kansas City as a force in the league.
Good job, baby. Way to work. Way to work, Chris. Way to go, baby. Way to shut him down, baby. Good job.
Men, a hell of an effort. We kept the good plays. We erased the bad plays. We'll look at those tomorrow. But just remember one thing. W.
All right. New World Order.
Hey, someone said New World Order. Was that you, Donnell? Right here. Hey, so how about Marty Schottenheimer forcing the handshake? Greg Hill, shake this man's hand. Kimble Anders with the block. There it is.
I tried to tell y'all, bro.
Man, that was awesome, guys.
But I would like to get a hold of that tape because it was a play that you probably don't see on there. Donnell, I don't know if you remember, but it was, what's that linebacker name? He tried to blitz off the backside, and I came and hit him. And I hit him, smacking him up, and put him down just like that. It looked like a pin went down to the ground. It was like a crazy.
Oh, man.
You had like that happen one time.
Yeah.
Nah. He was a good run blocker. He was a very good run blocker. But pass protection, coach, there needs to be a clinic that Kimble puts on how to pass pro. If you look and see how he used to catch linebackers underneath the chin and buckle them, and I'm talking about big dudes, 260, 255, heck of a pass protector.
All technique, man. All technique.
Did either one of you ever get hit, like really hit by Reggie White? Because I always heard that was a whole different deal.
I'm sure we did. I'm sure I did. I don't remember, but all of them hit to me. Like people say, who hit you the hard? I say everybody.
No.
You can't. You shoot. Hey, it's tough out there. Yeah, you don't even think of who hit you. You just know you're gonna get hit.
As soon as you said that, my body started hurting, bro.
Right.
You ever seen anything like Reggie White's hump move? Just one arm throwing 300+ pounders over to the side.
Amazing.
That dude was a whole nother level, bro.
Yeah, and then like I just reflect back on the 90s. I mean, being in the NFL and playing against the type of players during our era that we played with against, not taking away from the new generation of legends that's going to be legends once they're done. But these were some gentlemen that were real football players. I say real football players, particularly in the 70s and the 80s. Those guys were real football players. Yeah. 90s, we got 2000. However, to play against a Reggie White, and my first guy in the league had opportunity to play against Lawrence Taylor one game. And just some of the guys that we played against that even now, I know these young kids are growing up. When they get a chance to get to the NFL, they're going to be looking at the legends the same way. It's amazing, though, to be able to have an opportunity to play with and against some of those guys.
Well, guys, unfortunately, the season ends with 3 straight losses. You guys get to 9-4 by beating the Lions on Thanksgiving, but 3 straight losses, and it's playoff elimination. You guys lose to the Bills on the last week of the season, and it is the Jacksonville Jaguars getting a big upset. When Mort Anderson missed a chip shot field goal that would have sent you guys to the playoffs, he misses the field goal, and the Jacksonville Jaguars take your playoff spot, and they go to the AFC Championship game. And what a crazy year that was. In just the second year of their existence, the Jaguars and Panthers make it to the championship games. That's an absolutely unbelievable that happened. So disappointing into the season, and it brought about change because that was kind of the end of Steve Bono. You guys will bring in Elvis Gurr back and really try to reinvigorate things going forward. I mean, what can you remember about kind of the disappointment of the way that season ended and kind of what the mood was going forward?
A lot of questions to be answered. People searching for answers in the locker room, definitely in the front office. And, you know, Marty always had the 12 o'clock rule. And, you know, when the season ended, you know, everybody took some time, and then eventually we started getting back together and talking about moving forward, and that's what we did. We put it behind us and look forward to the next opportunity.
And there was a big seminal moment here that I'm going to go back to. You guys play Chicago, you win that game, but then you guys play Detroit. Clint mentioned it on Thanksgiving, coming away with the win. Marcus Allen gets his 112th touchdown, breaking the record of Walter Payton, surpassing Jim Brown. So we're going to go to that, and then I want to get your thoughts on kind of what it meant to Marcus and what you guys talked about after he broke that record of the great Walter Payton.
The only 3 touchdowns came in the first half.
Kimble Anders inside the 5, leap for the end zone, touchdown! Kansas City takes the lead.
Damn, I sure am hungry. We got something to eat?
How physical play, baby. Chiefs, baby.
It was a tremendous, tremendous effort. And it's these kinds of things that build championship.
Halfback pass, Sanders wants to throw it, throwing for the end zone, the pass is intercepted by Mark Collins, his career high 6.
But Allen scored the go-ahead touchdown.
Tailback Marcus Allen, he does! Touchdown, Kansas City! The Chiefs take the lead with 26 seconds remaining in the game.
The team had swept the black and blue division. And with 112 rushing touchdowns, Marcus Allen now ranked ahead of such greats as Walter Payton and Jim Brown.
So there it was. He broke the record. Just Kimble, starting with you, what do you remember from Marcus coming off the field having set that record?
Well, I know for sure that he really wanted it. He wouldn't tell you that up front, but it meant a lot to him. I mean, to have the illustrious career he had as a player and to do the things he's done that no one else done in history. I mean, that's absolutely amazing. And that's something that he can cherish the rest of his life. You know what I mean? His name is obviously enshrined in the Hall of Fame and many more, and he got all kind of records everywhere. That's the life you want to live. I mean, as a child, that's a childhood dream. And he was able to live out his dream and did what he wanted to do and played, at his own pace. And it's great. It was a great opportunity to be part of Marcus Allen, to be I grew up watching him, so that's crazy. I grew up watching him and play with him and be a friend of his. I could call him on the phone, man. That's amazing. And I'm gonna say this. That's what I love about football, because me and Donnell, we come from different places, walks of life, and that's what I like about football. It unites people together, and the beauty of it for me, especially being a kid right now. You can travel anywhere. If you say you're a football player, you connect the dots. And it's, relationships are just going to be there because you say you play football. I don't care whether you're good, bad, indifferent. You play football for such and such. Oh, yeah, I know him. And you connect the dots, and now you got millions of friends. Mm-hmm. That's the thing I say about the league. I may not know Patrick Bates is from here, but somebody else know him. Donnell going to know him. Now we could become friends. And actually, that's the beauty I love about being older now, to be part of that, the group or the alumni or the fraternity per se, just to have their relationships, man. That's something you can't pay for that.
And like those videos that you guys are playing, like
I ain't seen a lot of that.
Oh my goodness!
Never seen. Y'all need to send me some of that.
Yeah, we got you.
We can do it in the locker room after that. After you went out there and work and. Man, it brings back so many memories, man, because I say at the end of the day, at a certain point, of course, you got to get your paycheck and you want your accolades and all that stuff. But it's almost like your body becomes numb and you're just playing for each other, man.
Yeah.
You're really going out there and doing what you have to do, sacrificing your body, for the name that's on the front of the jersey instead of the back.
Exactly. That's well said on there. That's the way I play the game. It's about the team. I mean, you one person can't lose a game. It's a team effort, regardless of whatever happened at the end of the day. It's a team effort, and that's one thing I will say about sports. It takes basketball where you got a smaller team, but football got to be the ultimate team sport. You gotta play together to win games, and when one is off, and then it's either pick up the slack or it's going to be lacking. That's how typically you may get beaten because you just have a couple of pieces of puzzles missing, and everybody's not going to have a good day. Everybody come. I mean, a lot of people think that you're just going to go out there and ball out every time. Someday I might be sick. I might be going through something. Just never know what's happening in that person's life.
Tough,
so,
just like them kickers at the end of the game. Who did Green Bay play this? Oh, the Bengals.
Mason Crosby and I think Evan McPherson.
That was
bro. After the second missed field goal by Green Bay, like it was dudes on the sideline talking about, man, he sucked. I guarantee you, somebody would say he getting fired tomorrow, the whole nine. Then he come and make it the next play. We love it. He the best kicker ever.
It's tough, man.
But that's just like two brothers fighting. Like, get out my room or get off my bed. I'm gonna fight you until it's over. As soon as mom calls us down for dinner, we going to eat.
Well, Kimble, I got a little bone to pick with you. How come it's okay for you to say you grew up watching Marcus Allen, but when Clint and I say we grew up watching you guys, you give us so much guff about it?
Yeah, he's like 5 years older than you.
Because you made me feel kind of old.
I guess since Marcus isn't here,
said
it's okay.
You were 10 years old, though. That's
all right. That's
I was
fair.
15 watching Marcus Allen play. 16.
Yeah, that's awesome, and that it still brings back so many memories, so many great ones for us. I remember I was at the Chargers game, which was the third to last game of the year. I think it was absolutely just frigid cold, nothing going right. Tried to, Bono was ineffective. Tried to bring in Rich Gannon, scored a couple touchdowns late, couldn't come back, and that was just kind of the story of the season. Just couldn't quite finish, and the Chiefs had went to six straight playoff appearances, so that kind of broke that streak. But obviously, it reset the focus for what was to come, and what we're going to get into here very soon, which is 97, which was a season equally as special as 95, which we've talked about, and that is another chapter in this book that we will talk about later on down the road. But guys, it's always a pleasure doing this. You guys are so cool, and to go back and to have these memories and to talk to you about them means the world to us. I could, just speaking for Noah and I, you guys are such a part of our lives, our childhoods, not ever knowing we would be able to do something like this with you guys someday. This is just so cool for us. We're the ones that feel like that same way about Kimble talking about the relationships. Right. Who you cultivate relationships through this game. And it's what's special about it. And that's what we've done here with you guys. It's so cool.
Absolutely.
Man, we appreciate it, man. It's a lot of fun, man. That I know Kimble don't like to talk anyway. Right. We would have never done anything like this if it wasn't for the two of you. So
you're exactly right. Yeah.
We're very appreciative of you guys putting it together and having us be a part of it.
Well, Kimble's Kimble's coming around. He's comfortable. He's ready to go. Maybe NFL Network or ESPN next. And you just remember, it started right here.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thanks so much for joining us here again on 4 Minute Offense. We absolutely enjoyed each and every week. Thanks so much for the viewers sending in the questions. We try to put up as many of them on the screen as we can. But
people want 4 Minute Offense gear.
Yeah, exactly.
They want hats. We need to get this underway.
Hey, Donnell, we might need to create something now.
I got you.
We're on it.
Let's go, DD.
Yes, sir. I got you.
We're on it, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of it. We will catch you guys next time here on 4 Minute Offense. Thank you so much.
All right.